Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to cross set. Let's continue 4-6. So we ended a little bit earlier last time, decided to go to sleep, and now I'm starting earlier in the day because of that. Early to bed, early to rise. Not really early by normal people's standards, it's still probably somewhere around 4 or 5 in the evening, but earlier than 10 or 11 in the evening for me. I'm quite the night owl. I used to work second shift for a very long time where first shift is usually like 9 to 5 and second shift is usually 5 to like 10 in the evening, or whatever 8 hours would be there, and then third shift is about 10 in the evening to 6 a.m. or something like that, or 9 a.m. It all lines up. There's 3 shifts depending on the company, and they can certainly vary, but I worked second shift as my preferable schedule for a long time and got used to that, and it worked for me probably a lot better than trying to do 9 to 5. I've never really enjoyed that. I also worked third shift, and that job in particular didn't work greatly for me either, but I'm not sure if it really was the fact that I was staying up all night. That was certainly a factor, because what would happen is you would get home from work at like 6 a.m. in the morning, you'd go to sleep, and then you'd wake up at like 8 or 9 in the evening and just have to go back to work, and you would have not spoken to anybody or talked to anybody or interacted with another human being at all. And then at the job that I was doing this overnight shift on, I was the only person in the building at all. So I was going like entire work weeks without speaking to even a single human person, which I think I dealt with that probably better than most, but that's certainly not saying a lot. We need to start here. Let's just start. We've got no like starting point in this puzzle, so we'll just look. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4, 5. There's 6. Is there 6 in any of this? Let's double check. Yes, only 1 6. And then 7s. And then 3s. See, what I realized is we should go backwards after we've done this. After we've made any change, we should go switch directions and go back to the end and then work our way back until we've done a full loop. So I found 6 and I can't do 7. So now we need to go back and do 5s. And there's 2 5s here. 4s, there's 2 4s here. And 3s, there's a 3 here and a 3 here. A 2, 2 here, 2 here, 1. So I think that's actually how I should do it. Like, next column, because we're either doing it now or we're doing it later when we come back and do all the rows and then end up doing the columns again. And by doing it now, we are closer to the point where something most recently changed, and if we're closer to that point, then we are in a better position. I guess following will be more efficient. I guess is the right way to say that. If we follow that logic towards being more efficient, I probably should look at this column next. And we should, instead of doing an organized pattern, just going through everything, which is kind of just a default thing, and it will work. We've been solving the puzzles this way. Maybe we can increase efficiency by just going with the column. If we find a change, going with the row. If we find another change, then we go to the column again. there, and then we won't be moving in a linear pattern. We'll be moving in more of a pathfinding pattern, if that makes sense. So one's here, there's two ones, so we can't figure that out yet. Two's here, there's two twos. Three's here, there's two threes. Four, I don't believe there's a four anywhere else. And almost as if I was subconsciously seeing that, like that four is already there. And then fives, and then we already have six, and then sevens. And so we've gotten up to seven, and we still need to go back down and look at threes now. Three is still the same, two is still the same, and one is still the same. So nothing new changed on this column, on this row. Now, our next point to look should be here. So we look at ones, we have multiple options there. We look for twos, there's a two here and a two here. We look for threes, three here. Four's already been done. Fives, multiple fives. Sixes, there's a six here and a six here. And then seven. Seven here, seven here. Interesting. That didn't help. I was thinking maybe this would be an unbreakable path, doing it this way. But it's not the case. I cannot make any guess or determination. I guess I shouldn't guess. I definitely shouldn't guess. So then I guess we should... Then I suppose we should just get back to our previous way and use the previous method. So should there be a one here? There's multiple ones. That can't be. There's multiple twos. There's multiple threes, fours. I see 1 4 here. And unless I'm totally missing a 4, that's the only 4. Fives now. There's multiple fives, sixes. There's multiple sixes and sevens. There's a 7 here. Is this the only 7? Yes, it is. The only 7 left. Alright, now we should go back to sixes and see if we have multiple sixes still. Fives. We have multiple fives. Threes. Do we have multiple threes? Yes. Twos. We have multiple twos and ones. Multiple ones. Okay. So we've been all up and down this column and we found 2 things. So now let's look at this row. And then we'll look at this row. So we're looking for ones. We have multiple ones. We're looking for twos. Do we have multiple twos? Yes. Threes. Multiple threes. Yes. Fours. We've already got 5. There's a 5 here, here, and here. So nothing there. Sixes. There's 1 6 here and 1 6 here and 1 6 there. And then sevens. There's a 7 here and a 7 here. So there's nothing I can do with that row. Let's do the same here. Ones. There's a 1 here and a 1 here. 2, there's a 2 there and 2 there. 3 is a 3 here and 3 here. 4 is here, here, and here. Although this one can't actually be a 4. Now, if this was 5, 4, and 7, I would have to lock this down to a 5. So we also need to consider that as a factor. There might be something that's blocking off or would reveal a number anytime we have a right angle match like this. So we should keep an eye on that. Sixes. Looks like there might only be 1 6 in this row. And then 7's already done. And then we could go back and look at 5s, go back and look at 4s, go back and look at 3s, and 2s, and 1s, and that didn't change anything on this column. So our next thing on this row, man, I get that backwards a lot. So next thing to do is come up this column. So this 6 can't be, so that's a 2, which bumps that. And then 6 and 2 are eliminated here, making this 3, which helps there. And we have a decent chance now because we need a 1, and there's 2 options for 1s. We need a 4, and there's only 1 option for 4. And so then we need to 1 again, which now there's only 1 option for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. There's only 1 5. And we need a 7. And because we've gotten this whole thing figured out and eliminated, I think we've severely helped our progress here. Before we even start, we just need to go through each one of these rows and see if now that helps anything. We need a 2, and we have multiple 2s. We need a 3, we have multiple 3s. We need a 4, and we have multiple 4s. Well, this can't be a 4 actually. Actually, this 4 and this 1 makes a 7. Now, do I have a 1 4 here? And I believe no other 4s in this row. So we need a 5. There can be a 5 here and a 5 here. We need a 2. 2 could be here or there. We need a 6. 6 could be there and there. And we need a 3. 3 could be there and there. So that's this row is done as much as we can so far. Now we need a 1. 1 could be there or there. We need a 3, could be either one of those. We need a 5, could be that one, or that one. And we need a 6, which could be this or this. And we need a 7, which could be that or that. So that row didn't help me any. I could certainly come back and do these columns, but that's an interesting question. Should I do these columns in this algorithm I'm trying to make in my own mind, or should I do these rows first? Maybe it would be more efficient instead of doing one row with 2 and one row with 3 and one row with 2 to do one column with 2, one column with 2, one column with 2. I bet if I was to just, without doing any experiments or calculations, I bet something that has more information that should be calculated first. But then that means you'll have to remember whether you've already done it all or not. So theoretically, this row of 3 probably is what I should do next. And we're looking for a 1. There could be a 1 and 1 there. We're looking for a 2. There could be a 2 here or a 2 here. We're looking for 3. And there can be a 3 here or a 3 here. Then we already have 4, 5, 6. And then 7 could be that or that or that. So that one's done. And then let's see this. We're looking for a 1 here. We're looking for a 2 here. We're looking for a 3, which we're looking also for a 5, and none of that helps. So I've done these first 4. And I could go and look at these, or I could try these. The problem with this algorithm now is it's using more RAM in the sense of actual brain memory. So I have to remember now to look at these rows after I do these 3 columns. And if I don't remember that, then I'll just have to start over with the old way of doing things and do every single column and then do every single row, which is a lot easier to remember because it doesn't change. So for instance here we're looking for a 1 and we have multiple ones, so that won't work. We're looking for a 2 and we have multiple 2s. We're looking for a 3 and we may only have 1 3. That's 1 and 7, that's 1 and 2, yeah, only 1 3. Alright, we're looking for a 4, we already have that. We're looking for a 5. Can be a 5 only here. Now? And see, now I should probably come back and look at this row again. But it's probably not going to be helpful to do that. And we're looking for a 7. Once we got this 7 in, this 4, by the way, also makes that a 2, which then also makes that a 4. And then this has to be a 1 because of that 2. That was helpful. And so then we have something in this row of 4 bits of information. So 1 and 4 means this has to be 1, which tells me then one of these is 5 and one of these is 3. And we won't be able to figure out that information yet. So next thing I guess we should do is look at this row. We need this 3 makes this a 6. This 7 actually makes this a 1. This 1 makes this a 4. And we have 2 and 5. And right now we don't really have any way of solving for those. Moving on to the next row, we need a 2. And it looks like there's only 1 2 in the whole map. And then if that's that, that's that, that's that. By the way, this 6 now becomes a 4 because of that. This becomes a 7 because this 1 and 4 makes this 7. And this 1 gets rid of that, and this 3 gets rid of that, making this 5. Which tells me then this has to be 6. Nice. But arguably I'm also taking more time than normal here to do this. This 2 and this 4 makes this 3. This puzzle, not incredibly difficult, but also not easy. This 5 makes this 6. This 7 makes this 2. This 2 makes this 5, which then leaves only 1 there. And so now we've got some columns to work on. Let's see, we need a 3, which could be either one of these, and we need a 6. And there's only one 6, so that's 3. And I don't think I've made any mistakes yet. This 2 makes this 7. But the opportunities always exist. So there's a 5 here, and a 1 and a 2 here, making this have to be 3. Which bumps that, and bumps that. And then this needs a 5, so that's 5. And then moving upward here, we need a 2, and the 7 and the 5 are already eliminated, making this 2. And let's see, the 5 is eliminated. This might be 6. It can't be 7. And it can't be 3. So 7, 3, and 5 are all eliminated. So this has to be 6, which then makes this 3. So this 6 makes this 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, and we've got one more set. This 5 bumps this to 2. This 2 bumps this to 7. This 3 and this 7 makes this 1. And this 5 bumps it. And the 7 bumps it. And the 1 bumps it. Next level. But see, that took like 20 minutes. And we're doing 4-7 now, and if that's another 20 minutes, then it very possibly could end up being an hour again to do a puzzle on these 8s. Here, it seems there's only 1, 2 on this column. 3s, we've got multiples, 4s. Do we have multiples? Yes. 5s. And we're up to 8. Is there any more 5s here though? The fonts are a little small. I kind of wish I could make them bigger. Dealing with a game like this, the sliders to adjust size and make things bigger and possibly zoom in are helpful. The other way you could do that certainly would be to also just lower the resolution on your computer if you can do that, and by lowering the resolution pixels get bigger. That's always a trick you can try. So we need a 6, and there's multiple 6s, and we need a 7. Are there multiple 7s? Yes. And we need an 8, and there are multiple 8s. So next column we need 1, nope, 2, nope, 3, nope, 4, nope, 5. 6. Do we have multiple 6s? Nope, we just have that one, and then 7. Do we have any other 7s? No, interesting. And then 8s. Do I have any other 8s? Are there opportunities? No. So we're up to 8 now, and we do. So let's go back downwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4s, multiple 4s still, 3s, multiple 3s, 2s. No more multiple 2s, I don't believe. And then 1s, yes. And see, we're back down, but we made a change again, so we need to go back and look at 3s. 3s are still an option. And then 4s. And there's only 1 4 remaining. And that goes back up to 5, 6, 7, 8, which only leaves 3 and 1. And we still don't know that, but we've otherwise solved this entire column. Moving to the next column, 1s are out, 2s are out, 3s. Well, this 6 makes this a 3. Alright, 4. Actually, this 7 makes this a 4. Just by comparing these side ones. 5s. There's a 5 here and a 5 here. And since this 4 excludes this 4, that's 5. 6 now. I believe, if I'm looking correctly, there's only 1 6. And 7. Let's see. I believe now there's only 1 7. And then 8. I believe there's only 1 8. which just now leaves 2 and 1. And there's only 1, 2, which makes that 1. We've got an entire column solved there. Also, this 4 becomes a 2, and this 3 is a 3 because of just this row. We're not even ready, and this is 8, by the way. Also, so that's the first column. Is there anything on this row that we could similarly figure out? This 4 makes that a 3. This 3 makes that a 1. This 3 makes this a 7. Nope. So that solves that one. Yeah, again, it's probably better to just look at these rows than it is to look at this column. Let's see. This 2 makes this 5. And then this 6. Or this 1. I guess because 3 and 7 are eliminated, this has to be 1 and that has to be 6. Nice, alright. And this 6 means this is 1. And this 3 means that's 7. This 1 means that's 5. The 7 and 1 means that's 2. 7 and 1. And this 6 means that's 8. Which only leaves 4. This 1 means that's 8. This 4 could be a 4 or 1 actually. This 3 is not allowed. The 6 has to be 6 because this 3 and the 7 eliminate everything else. This 5 and this 8 eliminates that, so that's 1. This 1 means that's 3, which only leaves 4. Well, this 1 also means that. Now, am I gonna get any real progress on just having one bit of information on this row? Probably not as much as I would like. However, that being said, I can look at all these columns, which will certainly be very helpful. So this 7, it's either a 7 or a 1. Either one of those is still valid. This 3 is either a 3 or a 1. That's still valid. This 3 is either a 3 or a 5, and this 5 knocks it out. So that means this has to be 3, which means that has to be 1, which means that has to be 3. Now this 7 plus this 8 are eliminated. So, well, the 8 and the 1 are eliminated. So this 7 is the actual number. This 2 makes this a 6. This 5 makes this a 4. This 5 and 8, we have an 8 here. And a 3 here, making this 5. And then the 8 over here makes this 2. So that still works pretty well. And this 3 means this has to be 1. This 8 is knocked out, and however 7 or 6 are still valid. 5 is knocked out on this one, but it still could be 8 or 1. Well, actually it can't be. 1 and 5 are eliminated. This has to be 8, which then means this has to be 5. This 2 is bumped because of that to a 7. This 7 now gets bumped, and it can't be a 7 and it can't be an 8, which means it's a 6. This 7 bumps this to a 3, and this 2 bumps that to a 4. We also have 6 and 8 here, which means this has to be 2, and this 2 here means this has to be 8. So we've gotten almost everything solved, and I feel like while I am jumping around a little bit here, I am also skipping a lot of processing just with a better algorithm, as long as I can keep my mind wrapped around it. Maybe this puzzle is easier also, certainly true. This one makes that a 3, but if I stay where the action is, this one also makes that a 6. That seems to help. This 5 makes that a 4. Let's see, 4 and 8 makes that a 2. 8 here makes that a 7. And let's see, 8 here and 7 here makes that a 5. And see, then we just kind of need to look on all these columns and see what we're missing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then let's see, we are missing, I believe, a 1 here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, then this 6 bumps this to an 8. This 7 bumps this to a 4. And so we don't really even have to look, we could just click the button a couple times, but I believe if I click it once, the right answer is 6. I got a little lucky there too. A little lucky in my timing. Next time we'll do this 8x8 for that. And the weirdness here is, even if I do this one, I'm still gonna need to do 4 more before I unlock level 6 as it is. Which I've been calling chapter 6, and I wouldn't be surprised if it takes me 30 minutes or even more to do 4-8, but maybe with my new algorithm, maybe with a new refreshed mind after sleeping a little bit, I'll be able to do it. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.